So just a quick disclaimer before this video even starts. This video is actually part 2 of a video, but I never posted part 1. First off, because the camera mic on part 1, it just sucked. And half the video was like super muffled, you could barely hear me. And then secondly, the video itself just kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a very slow video, not much happened, and the end result was not satisfying. So I finished editing the video and I was like, bro, I don't even want to post this. I don't even want to watch it myself, so I'm not gonna post it. But this video is fire. We do a lot of tampering with the car. We get the fitment dialed in. I also show you how to roll fenders with the rubber mallet, and the end result is just immaculate. But as far as the first video, I'll sum it up in the quickest way possible. On the first video, we added camber to my Accord. So I'll roll like a picture or video here, whatever I have. Basically, before we added camber, I had essentially no camber on the car. It was like -3 in the front and then -4 in the back. It was natural camber in the front and then natural camber in the rears. So like there was no tilt. But as y'all can see, the car does have some tilt now. So that's basically what we did in the first video. In order to get the front camber, we went with low life projects ball joint extensions for the front, and then low life projects fat boy top plates for the front, and then also my boy extended the tie rods that we get the alignment straight. And then on the rears we put SPC camber arms, and they got like 3 or 4 more degrees of tilt, but they're still not exactly what I want. So I'm either gonna get LLP rear camber arms, or I'm gonna modify these SPCs just so we can get like 3 or 4 more degrees out of them. So now as far as this video, so right now the car is completely aired out and y'all can see the tilt. It looks real good. It's about -9 in the front and -7 in the rear. I want to go about -10 in the rear eventually. But basically, in order to get this fitment, I had to put spacers on the car, because obviously when you camber the wheel, you get a lot more wheel gap up here, so you gotta put spacers on there to make it flush again, so it looks like that. It looks really good aired out, but let me show y'all the ride height that I was stuck at with the new spacers and the new camber. So before I filmed this video, before I rolled my fenders, before I ever did everything, that's the ride height that I was stuck at. As y'all can see, the fronts, it looks all right. You know, it's not terrible, but that's not even close to how I like to ride. So that is the front ride height that I was stuck at. And then this is the rear ride height that I was stuck at. Again, it is not terrible, but if y'all know me, I like to ride with my rears tucking wheel. The reason I couldn't do that is because my fender was rubbing on the wheel super hard. And the reason I couldn't go lower on the fronts is because my tires were fat. So the way I ended last video was I told y'all I was gonna downsize tires. I was on a 245/35. I was gonna get onto a 235/35. I actually did get on the 235/35 tires. So these are the new smaller tire sizes, but it didn't fix the issue. I still couldn't ride lower in the fronts, and I still had to roll the fenders for the rear. So that's where this video starts. Now that I summarized that 20-minute video into like 2 or 3 minutes, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It is very entertaining, and the ride height gets way lower than that, and it looks beautiful at the end. So I hope y'all enjoy it. Let's just get right into it. I'm done yapping, I promise. So this is gonna be a very quick video, pretty quick, it should be. I'm showing y'all how to roll fenders with a rubber mallet. So basically that is my ride height right now, and I do want to go lower, and I don't have a fender roller, so we're using the nice and cheap and easy way, and we're just gonna mallet the fender in, create more clearance. Let me show y'all what it looks like right now. So as y'all can see, it's very tight. So whenever I hit bumps, the lip of my wheel, not my tire, rubs on the fender, and I don't know if y'all can tell, but the paint is already chipping up. It's rusting a bit. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna jack up the car, and we're gonna take a rubber mallet along the entire inner edge of that fender, and we are going to create a little bit more space so this wheel can tuck up there nicely without destroying my wheels. Also, I did pick up a heat gun because you're gonna want to get that fender like nice and warm, not too hot, because you don't want to bubble up the paint, but you do want to get it nice and warm. That way, whenever you're malleting the fender, the paint doesn't chip everywhere. Even though it's already chipped, I don't want to chip it anymore. I don't know if this is really necessary because it's already destroyed, but I did get that. I swear, one of the biggest benefits of having bags is that, for real. So it should be a pretty straightforward process. Like I said, heat gun, and then you're just gonna heat up the inner lip of the fender. You're gonna heat up the outside of the fender. Just get everything warm, and then just slowly hammer away and get that inner fender lip up instead of straight down. Straight down. Jeez. I'm just gonna go one section at a time. I'm gonna like start up front and then just slowly move my way back. God, that's hot. It's getting hot. I don't wanna overheat it, because like I said, you can damage the paint if you overheat it as well. Should be good to start. actually working very well. Let me show y'all. So y'all see that lip, and then this is where I just hammered, and as you can see, it's already way flatter. So I'm not gonna record the whole thing, because I mean, I just showed y'all the process. I don't think you need to watch me hammer it for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes straight. So I'm just gonna keep on doing what I did. I'm gonna heat it up inside and outside, and I'm gonna work from that part that I just bent, and then slowly make my way around the entire fender. And if anything crazy happens, I'll let y'all know, but it should be smooth sailing. The outside of the fender is still super smooth too. I was worried about like baconing them, but nah, super smooth. I'll keep on going really, really slow because I don't want to cook these fenders. I just want to check in because we're actually making very good progress. It's only been about like 5 minutes. The outside is still nice and smooth, and as y'all can see, the inner lip is much more bent up. We're still not done. Y'all can kind of see the difference there. But yeah, it's actually working surprisingly well. And no paint chips so far. And like I said, the outer fender is still very smooth, which was very important to me. Let me keep going. So I think I'm pretty much done on that side. Yeah, that inner fender lip is pretty much gone. And it's nice and smooth across. The outside's smooth, but I want to compare it to the other side now, because now this looks normal. So I want to see what it looked like normally. Now, before the mallet, that's what we look like. Wow. That is actually a huge difference. I don't know how well I can tell on camera, but you see how you see that entire lip the whole way across? Let's go back to the other side now. Sheesh, that is pretty good. Hopefully that's enough to make the wheels clear. Hopefully. Let's test it out. All right, so kind of unfortunate. We got the rears rolled. Now the fronts. So basically on the fronts, I thought I was running 25 millimeter. I thought I was running 32 millimeter spacers, honestly. So I was gonna downsize to a 25 millimeter. Turns out I was only running a 20 mil, which means I need to downsize to a 15 mil, which I don't have. So right now I'm just gonna run no spaces on the front, just so I can ride real low for now. And then I guess I order a set of 15 millimeter spacers tonight. Just another thing to add to the list, but you know, what is one more thing when there's already a million things? Hopefully, I'm gonna put the rear wheel on now. Hopefully the rear doesn't rub anymore, and the fronts definitely won't rub, because look at this fitment right now. Yeah, that is very sad. That is zero spacer. I honestly just need to bite the bullet, order some wider wheels, but you know, let me get this all figured out. Let me get the ride height back dialed in, and that is so sad. But you know, you gotta do it to ride low. That'll be fixed soon. When the new spacers come in, it will look much better. So don't hold it against me. Let me just put that rear wheel back on, and then I'm just gonna drive it down the driveway, completely air it out, and see if I still rub in the rear. Fingers crossed that was enough clearance. I think it was, because I only needed like a millimeter or two more of clearance, and I definitely got that, but maybe I needed more. You know, it's definitely not impossible that I screwed up again. So let's see. God, that front fitment is pitiful right now. I want to see what it looks like aired out. Let's test that out. All right, so fully aired out. This is about to look horrendous. You know, not terrible. Honestly, yeah, that's pretty terrible. Spacer's on the way, don't worry about that. Let's check the rears though. So it used to hit, oh my God. There's so much clearance. I can definitely roll like this now. I can't believe that works so well. Let me try to roll like this. So I can't fully air out yet because the other side is not rolled yet, and the other side still has a spacer on it. What I'm gonna do, let's get it to ride height. I don't know why that side didn't go up, but let's get it up to ride height. And then I'm gonna air out this back left corner. And if that back left corner rolls, then we're good to go. Okay, so as you can see, everything is at normal ride height. That's really high right now because this is so low, but everything's basically at ride height. Besides this back left corner, we are fully aired out, and finally we're tucking wheel again. I missed that look. So I'm gonna see if I can roll down the driveway at this height, and if I do, then I'm gonna roll the other side, and I'm gonna take off the other front spacer, and we'll have goofy front fitment for now, but the rears will be dialed, and I just need front spacers, which is not bad. All right, let's see. It rolls again. Ignore that creaking noise. That's coming from my front passenger side. But the rears are rolling again, which is so nice. I might even be able to put a 20 millimeter back there now. I'm trying to debate if I want to try to fit a 20 mil back here now, because this is a 15 mil. So if I use a 20 mil in the back, then I could put the 15 mil back up front, and then we could have good fitment all around. But I really don't think it's gonna fit. How much of a difference? How many inches is 5 millimeters? It is 0.2 inches. I don't think I have that. I don't think I have that much space. Let me get a tape measure. This could be perfect, but I really don't think. Yo. What do y'all think, bro? That looks like, to me, that looks like 0.3 inches of clearance. And the 20 mil is, So I have a 5mm spacer. Let's see if this fits. Oh my God, it fits. It literally fits perfectly. I'm doing it. So if this doesn't fit, I just wasted a lot of time. But we're gonna put the 15mm spacer from the back up to the front, and then we're gonna put a 20mm spacer on the back, and then we'll see if it rolls. I don't know, we'll see. All right, gang, this is the moment of truth. I've got the 20mm on the back now. I'm about to take it off the jack and we're gonna air it down. If this 20mm fits on the back, then I don't think the front should have any issue fitting the 15mm, which is that black spacer right there. So let's see if this can roll aired out, and if it does, then we'll have good fitment today, which is actually a pleasant surprise. Moment of truth, let's air out. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yo, I think it fits. I actually think it fits. Oh my. Oh my. It is extremely close, but I think we're good. I actually think that clears. It looks good from the back, and let's check the front. Dude, I think we're money. Y'all don't see any contact, right? Let me get like a credit card or something. Let me swipe something in between there. All right, time to test it again. Let's see if it rolls without dragging or scraping. Oh my, it works. I don't know how, but it works. All right, I lied. It actually rubs a tiny bit, but I put tape wherever it's rubbing, and I'm gonna take the wheel off again, and I'm just gonna hammer those parts even more flat, and then hopefully it rolls without rubbing. But that fitment right now, it looks ridiculous. If I can get that to work and I can ride at that height, that is gonna be literally scary looking. This entire process is taking so much longer than I expected. So I guess not a really short video. If you were here to learn how to fender roll with mallet, you were done like 10 minutes ago probably. But if you want to watch me get this fitment dialed beautifully, then we're almost there. I've got the 15mm spacer on the front. I've got the 20mm spacer on the back. I hammered those two rubbing spots completely flat almost. So hopefully this is the last time I touch the driver's side, and if everything works and I can roll, then I just replicate it on the passenger side. It should go quicker now that I know exactly what I'm doing. All right, so let's just get in the car. I'm gonna set it to ride height with the back driver's side fully aired out. I'm gonna see if I can roll. I'm going straight to it. I'm not even gonna test what it looks like. I just hope I can roll. Oh, actually, I put the spacer up front now, so I gotta make sure I have clearance. Oh my, more than enough. If the rears roll, wheels roll, let me fully air it out real quick. All right, boys, let's hope for a quiet roll. It should be. I still hear rubbing. It might just be rubbing fender liner. I don't even think that's rubbing the lip of the wheel. Let me double check. That definitely sounds like fender liner. So yeah, the wheel has clearance all around. It's got to be fender liner then, right? Yeah, it's more apparent from this view. The front is good. That's where I just hammered it a ton. Right here, there's barely any space. Let me see if I can fit a credit card in there. Because if I can fit a credit card, that means we're good. What am I hitting? I am hitting fender liner. So that's not the biggest deal. I mean, that'll rub away. I might just leave it like this, and I might just self-clear that fender liner. That's my ID. Yeah, honestly, I think that's fine. Some of y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, but I think that's fine. Yeah, never mind. Not gonna work. I fully aired out this rear corner, and then I drove it around the neighborhood instead of just up and down the driveway, and it started rubbing the wheels super hard again, even when I hammered it completely flat. So I'm gonna have to go back to the 15mm on the back. I'm gonna have to go back to the 0 spacers on the front. But like I said earlier, I'm gonna order some 15mm for the front because the front looks really good. So for now, taking off the front spacers, putting it back on the back, and then doing everything to the passenger side. I'm done filming until I'm done. Y'all already know exactly what I'm doing. I just explained exactly what I'm doing. If you have questions, drop in the comments. But I'm just gonna work on this for like the next 30-40 minutes and get it all dialed in, and then I'll show y'all what we're sitting like. Yo, what's up? It's future me again. It's the same me from the beginning of the video. So I ended up finishing up all the work. We went with 15mm spacers all around. I told y'all the rears are rolled, and we got the ride height dialed in now, and it looks so much better than the beginning of the video. Let me flip this camera around and I'll show you what the final result is looking like. All right, it is no longer monster trucking. We got this thing dialed in. If y'all remember at the beginning of the video, the rears had like a 1 or 2 inch wheel gap. Not a wheel gap, but wheel to fender gap. And as y'all can see now, the rears are finally tucked up again. So that is fully aired out, 0 PSI in the rear. And that is what we are rolling like with the freshly malleted fenders and the smaller tires. And I think that's it. But yeah, we're finally tucking wheel again. And the fronts, those got dropped like over an inch. That is way lower in the front. Now it's sitting right above the fender is sitting right above the wheel. I can't even put my finger in that gap anymore. Or actually, I can, I lied. But yeah, we got much lower. That is with the smaller downsized tire. And then also the, I can't remember if I went smaller spacers. Yes, I went 5 millimeters smaller on the spacers. So it's not like a big visual difference, but it is a big functional difference. And before you ask, yes, I do still rub hard at this height. As y'all can see, the entire lip of my fender there is just covered in tire dust. It should be on the, it's definitely the same on the other side because I literally rub every time I turn or I hit a bump. But yeah, the entire inside where the bumper meets the fender is just covered in tire dust all the time now because it just rubs 24/7, but it looks so good, and it is so much lower than the start of the video. I will say, I think in the future I can go down another tire size, but like I mentioned earlier in the video, I don't think I'm gonna keep these wheels for a while. I just don't like really running spacers when I don't have to. So now that we got the new ride height dialed in, the new camber dialed in, I think it's just time to get some new wheels. I'm gonna just give y'all one more 360 of the car because I like giving y'all like the end result 360s at the end of these videos. I'll just yap a little bit while I show y'all. But oh my God, bro, the ride height is drastically different. Honestly, before I did all the work on this video, I hated driving just because the ride height looks so ridiculous to me. I know some of y'all are gonna think I'm exaggerating. I know some of y'all are gonna be like, bro, it was low enough at the beginning. But that's just not how I like to ride. That's just not how I like to drive my cars. So now it is finally dialed in the way I like again, and it looks immaculate. Honestly, I could probably get the fronts a little bit lower with those smaller tires and maybe a little bit more tilt, but for now, I'm not complaining. It looks pretty level. The rears are tucked up again. The fronts barely have any gap. It is very tight, and it just looks way better. So yes, I'm very happy with the end result, and I hope y'all are too. So there we go. Instead of making two-part video, or two parts to this video, I just knocked it out in one part. You're welcome. You're welcome. Y'all got to see this final result, and instead of watching 50 minutes, you got to watch like 15 to 20 minutes of just better content. So honestly, at first I was kind of stressed about not uploading part 1, but now I don't really care. This video was pretty satisfying in my opinion. I hope y'all enjoyed watching me get this ride height dialed in finally. And if you're in a similar situation, or you had to roll your fenders, or you needed different size spacers, or you needed to downsize your tires or anything to get lower ride height, I hope this video was helpful. Even if you didn't, I hope it was enjoyable to watch. This video is y'all's sign to get that car lower. If I can ride that low, you can too. I promise. Regardless, I appreciate y'all watching today. Thank y'all for everything. Make sure you drop a like, comment, and a sub on your boy. And I've got a lot of videos lined up. We're working on the Miata, we're working on the Accord, we're working on the Civic. So a quick little pop in because I just realized I forgot to film this. If you don't know, I'm giving away a Miata to one of y'all, and we're building it together on this channel. And the last time that I posted a video is I basically installed max speeding rod coils on that Miata, and they rode all right, but the rear coilovers had like a 3-inch wheel gap, and I could not get them lower. Like for real, they were maxed out with the 3-inch wheel gap. So this past weekend I installed some brand new coilovers that I bought myself, and the Miata is officially low. So yeah, if you're seeing this video right now, that means the Miata is low. And I've already filmed the video, and I'm editing it this week, and I'll be posting it soon. So get ready to see the low Miata. And yeah, that's it for this poppin'. A lot of different videos coming up, so if y'all want to watch those, definitely drop a sub so you're one of the first people to check them out. And even if you don't want to be one of the first people to check them out, the support is appreciated. So definitely drop that sub and let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Thank y'all again for everything. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And until next time, CTM for life, and peace out for now.